Saturday Showdown, T1 versus Hanwha Life Esports.
And I kind of feel like the front to back of the DM Freaks composition feels better, honestly.
Yeah.
With his Azir, with his Sivir, they are going to go for that Cho'Gath as well. It's going to be a super tank. You have a bulkier front line for the DM Freaks. You have this really strong engage off this Rel. I think DM Freaks can feel pretty happy about what they have on offer.
Yeah,
like, the Poppy Cho'Gath is so hard to deal with as well, because if Vi tries to step up and you get grounded and silenced, you just can't play the game.
And stop this Cho'Gath from being another problem for DK, like it was against the Bros. Wait. And the Raptors are going to be started here, as Pyosik does make his way in, doesn't find the stun with the heroic charge. It's the seismic shove onto 2! And oh god, we were saying they need to get a good start, and this is what it looks like! As Lucid gets the big old shield, it's not quite enough. Another auto will do it though, and that is a 2-for-1 in favor of DK. In the meantime, there is another battle towards the bottom side as Life is taking a fair bit of damage. The Blighted Quiver stacks the flash forward. Aiming really wants to make it only 5 kills away from 2.5k, but he's not going to quite get it there in the mid lane and the jungle. Vitalia is such a devastating combo. Beryl's holding the minions so that Dudu not going to be able to deal with this. Chains of Corruption comes in. It's oh no, they just take a pot shot and there it is.
It's just unfun to play against, so...
Well, at least the maniacal giggle out of my boy Beryl. Yeah. And yeah, he's now under an inner turret. It's all right. Keeper's Verdict going to come on through here, says goodbye to the Scion as he teleports back to the turret. Okay. He wants to deal with this wave so he doesn't lose the turret, but he might be in trouble here. Life is taking so much damage though, so they cannot stay under this fully charged turret, and the minion wave is dealt with.
Because also, very early second dragon going to be picked up here.
Yeah, so they're going to grab second dragon, and
my only concern is that DNF haven't typically been a turnaroundy team. They've been a win early on and then...
All right. Oh man, that was so sick, but still, it is aiming falling down. And a stolen kill there by Beryl at the same time. By stolen, I mean, maybe he deserved it, as Bulldog going to get roared at here. Just making sure they keep him supervisated, as you would say. Here on this top side, as the Bolt Breaker comes on in, and it's a little bit of a Cho'Gath breaker, as Seismic Shove goes a little bit wide. It is Bully the top lane a day, as the Zombie Scion should be able to at least deal with these minions, but the turret is likely to still go down.
And then on the other side of the map, Shu gets the ult, gets flipped out, and they all just jump over and follow him over the wall.
Yeah, kill him. Beryl as well has a lot of ability to go fast. Shirelius is done. He's also got the Mantrid Inspire as well. Chains of Corruption is going to fly on forward. Does get a snare. Seismic Shove comes down as well, and there goes the Cho'Gath. He's supposed to be tanky, but it doesn't quite work out that way as Life is going to get taken out, and Pyosik says, that's enough! And DK say, all right.
I feel like DNF posturing, ready for, well, I guess not ready in truth for the fight.
Zerk just able to press these buttons, get a little bit of value as Bulldog going forward. Chains of Corruption comes down yet again as aiming avoids the Magnet Storm gorgeously here. Beryl is going to stun up Dudu there on the side as well, or at least snare him. As Shiu just holding on to that front line. Roar of the Slayer comes in, Lucid gets the knockback on the Vault Breaker, and down goes Bulldog. Couldn't even use his ult, didn't find the time. There's a knock up on a Dudu as well, but DK looks like they can kind of do no wrong here in this game. All right, unstoppable onslaught, flash out there from Pyosik. Not able to play the baseball as, oh no. Seismic Shove collects Dudu and he's dead once again. The Keeper's Verdict is in and no one cared. They didn't even check their letterbox. The verdict just goes unlistened to. Here in the LCK there's another Vault Breaker onto Pyosik, not able to actually press W, and I don't know whether he'll really have too much of an opportunity as the Blight not actually going to get popped there, and Lucid is in a bit of trouble. Blastcone gets Pyosik out of there, and the Vault Breaker is going to pull Lucid away, and I guess he just walks out. I don't know.
It's insane that he managed to get out of that.
That is so silly.
I've seen Lucid steal these.
Yeah, ShowMaker comes over. Is it even really a steal? As both junglers are just standing in front of this Otacon. The wall is going to get put up, and Pyosik is potentially on the wrong side of it. The Keeper's Verdict comes down. He needs to knock away the jungler, but the Unstoppable Onslaught comes in. They do manage to take the Otacon, but at what cost, ladies and gentlemen? And maybe it's just the lives of all of them. Dudu gonna go down. Bulldog finds the shuffle, but the Sun Disc just gets torn up, and there is the ace, and it's clean from DK. It's what it has to be. Look at Shu's health bar. It is really too much. It's a bit ostentatious, to be honest. It's just really large. They do manage to shove him against the wall. Life is, I don't know where he's going.
Wait, they can get it.
Defecting. And that is going to be the dragon stolen away. But the Rel is also dead. They do manage to get the wall slam there as Pyosik taking so much damage, but so is she, who just flashes away. In the end, the cease and desist comes through as the shuffle is going to be used to get rid of Lucid. Berserker though, and that's aiming. 2.5k kills, and he's going to look to augment that with perhaps even more as Lucid dives forward towards Pyosik. There's a piercing arrow. 2.5k and 1. As Dudu's teleporting out, he wants nothing more of this game.
Oh,
there's the shove to get him out of the teleport. You ain't going anywhere, buddy, and we're going to get the zoom. As we do congratulate Aiming as being the 4th to get over 2,500 kills.
I don't think I just don't think you can contest the Baron.
Well, Dudu is also a Void Monster, so they're going to look to take him down first. That is the first option. That's one of the smites down. Yeah. They technically can have 4 if Dudu was alive. Which he isn't. He's not. Have one that he's bringing from base, but the Unstoppable Onslaught. Bulldog, that's some quick little footsteps there, but not able to get out of the way of everything, and the Seismic Shove hits on both solo lanes. Down goes the Azir, down goes the Cho'Gath, and that's a free Baron going over to DK. This is a slaughter.
0-7-0 right now on this Cho'Gath. He is not a tank, not in any way, shape, or form.
That's face check. There we go. Well, Shattering Strike is going to come on through there. ShowMaker doing a lot of damage. He's got a death cap. Okay, that's probably why. As we don't get another Decimating Smash, Baron is going to go down, and DK can do basically anything and accidentally win. As DNF underneath these next turrets, in goes Lucid, the Seismic Shove onto the entire team, and you blink and 3 of them are dead. Bulldog going to go down immediately afterwards as Aiming all of the kills in the universe. He might hit 3k today as he picks up a triple here. Nexus turrets go down as well, and DK, yeah, they obliterate DNF here in game number 1. We don't necessarily see it consistently, like, shown to us over and over again in a game, but the amount of times it was double, triple shoves because of Vault Breaker being able to put multiple targets into these very preconceived positions, man, it's just ShowMaker every single time just hitting so much value. And look at that graph. That goal graph does not look like it has any hiccups in it at all.
Where is this going?
It could just be support Galio.
It could be support Galio, it could be support Aurora, it could be support Rise.
I think the support Rise is the most likely, but they are going to lock in the Galio here.
Probably just the support Galio is the most logical thing.
Wait, what are you talking about? Support Rise?
Yeah.
Oh wait, they're going to flex it into... Oh, so they changed their minds halfway through.
So I think one thing is that into the Lucian specifically, if you channel that AoE Taunt, does a pretty good job of kind of shutting down, although he can cleanse it early on if he does find an opportunity to pressure onto Aiming. And also, one of the things with the Taunt into this lane is if you get the Braum passive on you, Taunt just means that they will just stack it up onto you.
Yeah, so, you will just get stuck. The Ninja can deliver a Galio pretty comfortably as well. Lucid and Beryl are going to play well together. See if they do. So jump into the Rift. Absolutely. So we'll see whether the Piercing Darknesses are going to be able to fly through to get that health bar back up again, or whether it's going to be a full seed of the lane. And I think the lane is already seeded, forces Bulldog to play defensively. As in he comes once again, the flash for what? Huh?
It's that easy, you know?
Lucid is coming on over to see what Pyoshik's up to, and it's a level 5 Trundle that's taken 50% of his health bar from this dragon. Lucid looking to come on in here, might just be able to steal this one away, and he doesn't. It's actually just locked down there by Pyoshik. It's very sad. We saw in the previous game, though, that Ruler made the other build look pretty good. There's a flash out from Barrels. That connects onto life. The door did its job. Heal to try and turn it around here. As Aiming, cleansing the slow. This is the kind of aggressive play that we kind of wanted to see, right? It's going to be a bit of extra damage onto Shio, as here's a taunt. Only onto the doorman, though. So that means the DNF are very happy with how that trade went. Even if they did trade down just a little, there is a troll in the way. There's the ulti to come through. Doesn't really connect onto anyone, though, as Life kind of whiffing that one a bit. As Beryl tanks up the culling as best he can to make sure that Aiming is not too low for it.
Double flash is being the
Yeah, here's another flash forward as Bulldog going down solo. Deathmark is on, and he is dead. And Aiming and Beryl are forced to leave. It's 2 plates that have been secured there on that top side of the map, and they might be looking to make it more as Lucid is going to come on over, is ultless. as we know, as Realm Warp is going to come in as well, and Life doesn't really know where to put the door, and he puts it the wrong direction. The heroic entrance to block the escape, and Pyoshik absolutely nowhere to run. Does get a great pillar down to buy him some space, but it's only going to be a little bit of that, as Lucid looking to follow through. And Pyoshik might be able to go for some sort of execute play here, as Dawning Shadow is going to come down and he's dead. And so the kill just goes to aiming. The ulti and takes a turret shot, as we've got Shiu having a pretty good time here towards his top side. What the heck? How did this start? As Life is also going to be dead. Is that just a double kill? It is likely to be. Is that some fancy footwork? As Lucid says, no, I'll take one.
All right, I'm laying down some new rules.
What's that?
DNF, you're not allowed behind that top lane tower. He definitely had his contact lenses.
He certainly did. As Pyoshik is going to face check, could do with some contact lenses, I guess. Maybe it was his. As Deathmark is going to come down, Pyoshik could be in trouble here, but does still even have the subjugate, so he's not going to be dead, as there is at least some shurikens being thrown down, and Pyoshik's like, and what? As DNF looking for the Rift Herald. So far, they have pretty good control of this area, as Harpoon will connect onto aiming. He's looking for a snare, does get it onto Life. As they might need to look for a fight. Decent Glacial Fissure onto only Beryl, though. So that's a little unfortunate, as Lucid's going to turn up. Great equalizer placement. There's the exhaust onto Lucid, as the heroic entrance going to be there for Beryl. Double knockup does occur, but Lucid is out of the fight now. They take the Rift Herald. There goes the Zed and the Galio. Shiu is going to turn up. He's looking for the cleanup here, but all of DNF are still alive. Pyoshik is flashing away now as the Realm Warp to try and get ShowMaker in there. Doesn't quite find a Rune Prison, though, as he finally flashes for it, and they get the kill onto Life. Berserker likely to go down as well, as Shiu will be able to find that one. And the follow-up kills are at least going to be there, and it's a double, in fact, for this Senna.
The fan club probably ugly watching that.
It was like the Shiu fan club looking real good.
Oh yeah,
at this point in time. As the Rift Herald going to help knock down this mid lane out of turret. Certainly good news here, as they're not going to be able to get into that one, as Life could be in a little bit of trouble at this point. DK, I think, looking for a bit of a scuffle, as you've got Shiu rotating up. He can go between worlds, and this is a dangerous position for DNF to be rotating to, as the Raptors are what they are looking for right now. Shiu will be able to come on over. Let's see whether DK can lock down this turret as Rune Prison comes in once again. There's the double taunt from Beryl. Justice Punch to knock up the Victor, and Life is at least able to stand beside Berserker, but he's unable to save his Victor. And now Lucid setting up a shadow here, but doesn't really find too much. He's just zoning Dudu as best he can, as down goes Pyoshik. ShowMaker is just finding target and killing target.
Very close to 14 now.
Yeah, this is but the Otacon has been started here.
This is actually a pretty good angle.
Yeah.
No, I normally call this the Otacon special, where just when in doubt, you start it up, but this is actually a pretty good angle. They are going to see it, but I think it's too late.
It is. So they should be able to take this out of turret, but there is still a Rumble that's able to throw down an ulti if he would like to. So this Otacon is definitely going over to DNF. And DK...
Okay, but how are you getting out?
Well, they are going to press the recall button.
Wait,
that is just going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, ShowMaker is going to be an absolute menace. Already has another needlessly large rod, as Lucid starting off a fight 1v3. This could be dangerous here. How much can he mitigate with that Deathmark? Does manage to flash his way out. The equalizer's down, but it's mainly on his teammates, as aiming is going to get turned on here. Dudu finding an angle, and down goes Beryl as well. DNF, they're incredibly low, but they're keeping themselves alive as Shiu. Not sure about that one. The Arcane Storm goes down as Dudu just walks it off. No worries. In trade for the killer, as Beryl does get a cheeky little taunt as he has to flash. Wanting to make their way in. Heroic entrance going to be available there for Beryl, so he can be there in a moment's notice. And now the ulti comes through. Dudu gets in there. ShowMaker with the Rabadons as he's now teleporting into the fight. Pyoshik down very, very low, as Lucid is going to be able to secure that soul point, and the Aurora takes down the Rumble after the Deathmark works out beautifully. Arcane Storm not really doing enough here, as Lucid still slinking around the back line. But DNF, they do repair the Phalanx. And as aiming going to be camouflaging some people here, as he wants to get in range to optimize his build, and that's why he's dead. Beryl going to look to make his way out. He will be able to do so, as now Shiu's going to get exhausted as he enters the battle. Can they still find an angle here, as these shurikens are really hurting from Lucid? Life almost dead here, as Lucid dashing in once again. And even though the Senna's dead, DK are still very, very scary. Turn into a
He's
void
level 18.
He's very happy. Yes. Shiu is less strong, but he is able to flash towards his blast cone.
Oh,
and
equalizer? Do you can chance it? I think me.
would have possibly gone for it there, but they were probably just thinking about how Valdez is feeling about the disengage cone scenario and
Very angry.
weren't focusing on using. He was like, I'm playing Reinhardt. That's perfect. This Beryl, he's going to do the same thing here. Does find a nice double taunt, though, is now ShowMaker on a flank angle. Might be able to spread this damage, but it is just a dead gargoyle. Now that he's dead, though, they're still looking to engage. Equalizer goes down onto aiming, but look at this, ShowMaker. He's getting closed in on, but Lucid is there to try and protect. ShowMaker finally taken down. And the kill goes over to Pioshik as well. Lucid, not a whole lot he can do about this. Doesn't have W up, and that is going to be him taken down. And aiming, this time, the only one alive. Beryl is right over here.
I do want to
Not going to be a
preface
commitment.
this by saying
Yes.
Lucid has consistently won smite fights against Pioshik this game.
That has been happening. And now, once again, we have a situation where the Baron has been started. There is a Rise that is saying, I'm going to go to
Life of Smite.
Nexus turret.
Life of Smite. If they lose a smite fight, the game is probably over. I'm just going to say it.
Well, Shiu is going to look for Bulldog, and that's the steal! He just goes in and he can go out if he wants to, but he decides he just wants to fight. As there's the death mark, that's going to secure the kill onto the Lucian at the same time. And ShowMaker is winning the game, and now he's got Baron-empowered minions. The old stop the backs! The Dawning Shadow is going to stop all of them, and ShowMaker here with his Rabadons is tearing apart these turrets. That's Nexus turret number 1, and at least here this year, the Nexus turrets respawn, but ShowMaker has just decimated the base.
Yes.
And so we can sort of like, you know, try to work out what the vibes are throughout the game. Man, that would make things so fun. I think it's such a really good idea. A less good idea is here, what Life is doing, which was dying.
Yep.
It is going to be aiming, picking up the kill there, Redemption, to fill up these health bars once again.
A lot of damage was done to the base. ShowMaker is killing Bulldog.
Bulldog is very, very dead. Big time dead. Flashes away from his team and everything. Meanwhile, there's another fight happening here in this mid lane as Lucid on a flank angle. Dudu comes in, Dawning Shadow to keep the entire team alive. Deathmark is going to come through as now Lucid is in amongst all of it. And the snare from the center hits 4! And that is just going to be the ace. That just kind of looked like DNF just wanted to get out of here.
The cleanup comes in, and it's absolute decimation from D+. Gonna be a clean 2-0. There were some moments for DNF, but the clutch steal from Lucid and ShowMaker just kind of stomping on this game.
Yeah, 6-1 and 6 on this Rise. As DK, they clear out these Nexus turrets, and it's a comfortable 2-0. DNF not breaking the streak here today. Because I still don't like the build.
I still don't like the build. You know, it's not convincing me. It's yet to convince me.
It's not.
I have to analyze that the build was successful.
There we go.
There's no way to dispute it.
Yep.
Just the unshakable argument.
I like to assess things with an outcome focus.
All right, I'm just gonna say.
Which feels less bad.
I'm just gonna say, look at the damage. Look at the damage. Aiming did less damage than ShowMaker, Lucid,
Oh no, but
Voodoo, Bulldog, and Berserker.
Think about how much he stacked the Black Cleaver. Because like, look at Lucid. So Lucid's damage, if aiming hadn't have gone with that build, would have been 22.3k. Okay, ShowMaker gonna pick it up though. 600 points, moving out of the 500 club that so many are in right now as far as POMs are concerned. And ShowMaker actually, like, this is a guy that has been taking a lot of criticism so far this season and undying in the first game and only 1 death in this second one. And
POM interview translation joined by ShowMaker on the side of D+ Kia. You must be so happy that you're able to keep your consecutive victory. How do you feel? And this was our last match of the week, and just really happy that we're able to finish it off with a consecutive victory today. And in all 3 consecutive wins, you were the center of it all, and you actually got all 3 of the POMs. So what do you think of your current level of performance? I feel like the games are going my way, and it's going pretty well. And I would try to support my teammates as much as I can, and I think that's what leads to me performing so well so far.
계속해서 나오고 있는데요. 1세트 D+ 기아가 사랑하는 초가스를
And in game 1, DK's beloved Cho'Gath pick was taken away by the opponent. So how did you feel? I was just really sad. We were actually trying to pick Cho'Gath in our 4th or 5th pick, so honestly, it was a little heartbreaking. And Lucid's Vi was actually banned throughout round 3 so far. But the moment she was open, DK blind picked her as the B1 pick. So what is a pro of playing with Lucid Vi? Lucid is really good and confident with Vi. And I think Vi has to do a lot with your synergy and chemistry with the mid lane. And I think we have really good synergy and teamwork. So we tend to make it work really well. And from the start of game 2, your team focused down the enemy Victor. And it's not really easy for Ryze to solo kill Victor, so what do you think of the Victor-Ryze matchup? You know, I think normally Ryze ends up having to run away from Victor, but I think my communication with Lucid was really good, and we were on the same page that made it so much easier to play the lane out. And I feel like no matter what we are given to handle, I think we're always confident to play it out. And what was the comms like with the rest of the team? You know, because the enemy comp was really weak with the side lane, but we're really strong when they're grouped together. So we really tried to strategize that, and I tried to really focus on my side lane macro play. So we heard that you may collaborate with Hachuping, the cute character, in the future. So can we look forward to that? Yes, of course. Please look forward to another cute collaboration. And your next opponent is BNK FearX. Are you feeling confident? And what would you like to say to your fans? Now we'll make sure that we are prepared for our 4th win in a row. Looking forward to more awesome performance by ShowMaker. And that's the end of the interview with ShowMaker, and back to the space. Thank you.